Okay. Okay. Wow. Okay. Can you send me the YouTube link to me?
Yeah, I will share with you. Yeah, I'll share. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll share with you.
And you will share the PowerPoint presentation on your side. I can see that.
Yes, ma'am.
And then whenever there is a video link, only very few videos. I'm not showing all the videos, very few videos. I will let you know. And you can show the video that time. There are
No,
more
whatever is
videos
there
in
in
the
the ma'am.
PowerPoint.
Yeah. No, in the
The
PowerPoint
link
there
is
will
in
be a
the
link given, sir.
PowerPoint. Okay. And I will say there are few like slide number 14, 18, 19, 20, 23, 26, 20, 29. That's all the videos we are going to show. Other videos they can see on their own.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, shall we start, ma'am?
Yeah, sure. Are you going to introduce me or just start?
Yes, yes, ma'am. I'm going to introduce you.
Sure.
So, very good evening, students. So, as part of our lecture series, yeah. So as part of our lecture series, we have with us Dr. Geeta Suresh ma'am. So I'm so happy to have you here with us today, ma'am, for having kindly accepted
Thank you.
our invitation in a short notice, and you are ready to give a lecture to our undergraduate students of BA Criminology and Police of DC Vaishnav College. So let me introduce ma'am. Ma'am is from India, so we are very happy. Ma'am is from India and she has settled in US. And ma'am has completed her undergraduate, postgraduate, and MPhil from India. And she has completed her PhD in the University of Louisville, USA. And her PhD dissertation is on that was on spatial analysis of crime, aggregate assault, homicide, and rape patterns in the city of Louisville in the year 1989 to 1998, and she taught. She was also a professor. She has served as a professor in the Granite School of Business, University. Florida University, West Lafayette University of Louisville, and she has served as a full-time faculty in the University of Stevenson University, USA, and she was also awarded the William Fulbright Foreign Scholarship Award for the academic year 2009-10. And currently, she's teaching at the University of Louisville as an adjunct professor. And ma'am is the area of interest, which includes victimization. She is an expert in quantitative research methodology, and we are planning to have a 1-week training program with ma'am in the coming days. Ma'am has also agreed to do that workshop for us. And besides, we are also planning to introduce a short-term course, like we have a corporate security management. So likewise, we are planning to have a short-term course on human trafficking. And ma'am is specialized in human trafficking areas as well. And she used to teach victimology, human rights, and she's expert in data analysis. So we are going to we are going to hear ma'am's lecture on global human trafficking. So we are very proud to have you with us, ma'am. So being an Indian, has got settled in US and established yourself as a very good scholar in the field of criminology in general, particularly quantitative methodology in particular. So we are so happy, and our students are very fortunate to meet and interact with you like people in this day today, ma'am. So thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much. And at the outset, I welcome you, ma'am, and I also welcome my students and my fellow faculty members, Dr. Deepak, Shanmugapriya, ma'am, and I think HOD ma'am also will join shortly. So thank you so much for having taken this effort to join this 1-hour lecture. So thank you so much, ma'am. So over to you, ma'am. Please take it.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you very much for your good introduction. I welcome you all for the meet, and I know it's very late for you, 8 to 9 p.m. Partially you will be sleeping, but this topic is very, very interesting. So maybe you will be awake, but after the talk, you will be very sad. You will be very, very depressed. I would like you to see some movie or something to make your mood cheerful before you go to sleep. With that introduction, I'm talking about the human trafficking, which is very important, very current, very sad, and we all should know about that because we don't know. Maybe me or you, your mom, your daughter, your neighbor, your sister, your daughter, who will not be under the victimization of human trafficking. As a criminal justice, maybe law students, any other discipline, we should know what is happening around us. It's a huge thing. It's more than the COVID, what we are experiencing right now. It's very dangerous, very much thought-provoking, and we all should do. We will finally discuss what we can do towards this. And let me start with this introduction. Can I see the PowerPoint, or you are going to show the PowerPoint to them? Michael?
Yes, ma'am. Deepak sir is just opening, ma'am. Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah.
Very good. You all can see the PowerPoint number 2, slide number 2. Thank you. What is human trafficking? So I have given a good definition of human trafficking. Human trafficking is act of tricking, Tricking means cheating, luring, forcing a person, oh, I will give a fine job, I will give you a nice living for to a poverty-stricken person, and then they, for little or no payment, they will be lured, they will be attracted. It's also a mode called as modern day slavery. Slavery is a bad word. In US, we have plenty of articles. We should not say the quote unquote S word. This is called S word or slave word. No one is slave in this world. So the more, it's kind of a modern word, modern day slavery. And here people are bought, sold, and traded like a commodity. You can buy apples and oranges, but here you are buying human being, especially girls, children, even very fine young boys, stolen or diluted, or they are cheated. So this is what happening in the world. And so we are really bothered about what is happening around us. As a criminal justice students, we really want to do a good thinking about what can we do to stop this, at least to reduce this intensity in the world. Next. The definition has got, I have given the broad definition, what all the elements included in the human trafficking. Is a recruitment. Somebody is recruiting freely or with money. And there is involvement of transportation, because human trafficked child or female is not being exposed in the same city or same town or same village. So they are transported mostly to other countries, whether they cannot see their relatives or parents, and they are transferred from one place to another. They are harbored in a shelter, monitored by these, what we call it as roof managers, and we will get to those people later. And for a receipt, by threat, coercion, force, abduction, fraud, they may abuse the power. Maybe we can go to the next slide. Abuse of power and exposed to vulnerability, and they are receiving or not receiving any payments. Maybe they will benefit or maybe not benefit. Most likely they are thrown out like a garbage after their use. These children are used for beggars. The girls are taught dancing and used for prostitution or exploitation, forced labor, like strawberry picking. They are used on the fields of strawberry picking, apple picking, or in the gold mines, or in drug farming, all those things. There are extreme forms of human trafficking, which we will come to that in a few minutes. Okay, next. I'm just going through this because it's easy. So there is 3 involvement: recruitment, movement, exploitation. And the main forms are bonded labor and chattel service. Chattel service means they are buying as a commodity, sold and bought as a commodity, goods and services. Next. Okay, these are all the major... No. There is one before that. Yes, there are major forms of trafficking. Why these people are trafficked? They are trafficked because the demand for cheap labor, demand for prostitution, everything is so high. So there are a lot of forms prevalent in a lot of countries in various ways. And in India, for example, is an early forced marriage. This is there in India, Pakistan, and all the East Asian countries. And second, forced labor, mostly Mexican, used in USA, UK, and all those advanced countries. And there is involuntary domestic service. People, young girls, being trafficked from countries like Burma, India, Bangladesh, Pakistan, and put into domestic service in USA and all other advanced countries. You may know what is happening under sex trafficking and slavery by descent. I don't know whether how many of you have seen Born into Brothels. This is some documentary you should see, but I will show you the movie. I will give you the movie link later. And that means those prostitutes' children or human trafficked persons' children or slave trade children because of debt or any other connection. They are slavery by descent. After father, son, their son, it chain continues. And child trafficking versus the baby trafficking, which we can find in Spain and Nigeria, and worst forms of child labor, the camel jackies, will be dealing with that in short time. And child soldiering is very, very popular in Ghana, in Nigeria, those countries, African countries. They are suicide bombers. They are found in Pakistan. And baby trafficking, as I told you, in Spain and a lot of other countries. Baby farming, they are selling their ova, or they are selling, they are kidnapped, the pregnant one, and then babies are born and the babies are sold for adoption. This is called a baby farming. This is very much in Nigeria, very huge $1 million profit industry. Next. And top 10 countries, I have given some information about the major forms of trafficking. China, number 1, forced labor and prostitution. China is always one child, and they don't like children, and most often girl children are trafficked. Ghana, child labor and gold mine workers and laborers, slaves. And Uganda is number 1 country for sex slavery, and children are used for military. They are also suicide bombers. Uganda is also another country where baby farming is popular. Nepal, they traffic women to India. Cheap labor. Cheap labor is available because Nepal, they don't have much opportunity. So they just flee to other countries. Sri Lanka is very known for their beach boys. Male prostitution is so much because of the, tourism. It's a peninsula, and there are a lot of tourist attraction, and Sri Lanka wants more for domestic, because they send their cheap labor to others for domestic help, prostitution and labor, and they are popular for beach boys and male prostitution. Next. Okay, no, next. You skipped one. Yes, good. India. No, okay, thank you. India, forced labor, forced prostitution, forced marriage, and then debt bondage, organ transplant, organ snatching or kidnapping, stealing. Those are all very famous. In India, it's very famous. You have heard about that, how much the kidney, liver, and all things are stolen. Even we see in some of the movies, but movies are taking what is currently happening. And Pakistan, bonded labor, male prostitution, dancing boys are famous type of forms of prostitution in Pakistan. Haiti, slavery and prostitution, and Brazil, prostitution and bonded labor, and then Bangladesh, forced prostitution, forced labor, forced organ donation, etc. Especially ova eggs, selling ova eggs, Bangladesh is very famous. You have heard about Walmart. Almost all the Walmart products are sold very cheap, an hour 50 cents or even less than 50 cents we are paying, and we are selling the Walmart product in USA and all other places for a very high price. And this is famous. A small country attached to India, that they are famous for sending all these people. They are at the seller's point of view. There are 3 points you should understand: selling, buying, transit. So origin, destination, and transit. So involvement of 3 transfers are involved. Selling in one country, buying in another country, transiting internationally by a false visa or some trick or some cheating method. There are agents, there are whole layer of people who are involved in this, including the grassroots, some dirt pickers to the the roofer or the agent, the multi-millionaire who is involved. This is an organized human trafficking and big underground activity. So we are going to see some statistics next. Next slide. Next one. Okay. It's a huge statistics involved. It is a third largest illegal industry. You should understand it's an organized illegal activity. It's an underground illegal activity. None of these people are paying tax. They are involved. They are huge millionaire. They generate more than $32 billion in revenue per year, and International Labor Organization estimates these numbers. You can look, you can see the PowerPoint and you can note. I don't want to say all these things, but most of them are children and female. Next. There are more than 50% are children of all. Of that, 80% are sexual exploitation. You should understand that. I have also given a link. That is statistics. It's an article. I'm not going to show that in this. You can see that later whenever you are able to. We'll go to the next one. The statistics you can read by yourself. This is the deployment across all the industries, all the slave trade. Most of it, like 38 to 40%, is like commercial sex trafficking or prostitution, and followed by around 30% by domestic or forced labor in mining, gold, in farming, etc. Okay, next. Globalization. So we are going to deal with global human trafficking. It's not domestic, it's global. Although it originates maybe from India, maybe from Pakistan or Nepal, it involves all advanced and all other countries, transit countries, destination countries. All the countries are involved. So it's a global business, an organized global trade. And why this has emerged? This has emerged because there is a demand for cheap labor. Originally, this started around the World War I. World War, most of these army people, the military people are stationed in Japan, Philippines, and all other places where they were given the prostitutes. They were set by the prostitute, by the agent. This is how the whole sex industry developed. Because of that, there is a demand for cheap labor, and the laborers are not uniformly distributed. We are able to, there is a surplus labor that to poverty-stricken, give 500 rupees. A mom who cannot take care of 6 children or 5 children will give away 1 girl children, at least thinking she will be in a better position. But she's not going to be in better position. Mom doesn't know that. So she's been traded. She's put into prostitution. That kind of a story is behind the human trafficking. So there is always a demand for cheap labor, and always a supply is there in some other parts. So available for cheap amount, so they connect. That is how this has become globalization. This is during World War First, Second, and Vietnam War. These industries have popularized so much in Thailand and all other countries. In Thailand, it's called sex tourism, massaging, and it is legal. Some countries like prostitution is made illegal, this is also made illegal. But still, there is slavery involved. There are so many massage parlors, which we don't know what's happening behind it. So another huge platform started the human trafficking was the sports, Olympic sports, horse riding, horse racing. Those industries were involved in huge money making, huge entertainment, and sex tourism flourished as an entertaining industry. So that was the huge startup of all behind this. Okay, next one, globalization. Again, so disproportionate, I have already told you, availability of resources in one corner. Maybe there are, places where is no venue available, and there are a venue, lots of available opportunities available, and they are transported. So there is immigration involved, which false passport or identity is kidnapped from these people so that they cannot escape or elope. And human smuggling is one method, another method. But you should understand the difference between smuggling and human trafficking. Smuggling, there is consent involved. Prostitution or human trafficking is force or coercion. There is again the difference between human trafficking prostitution and prostitution per se. Prostitution involves agreement, concern, mutual agreement. But human trafficking is by force. So these two things you have to understand. So there are transportation, facilitation, agents involved, roofer, a transporter, an agent, identifier. Everybody in this country and other country are involved. Okay, next. No. Yeah, the 7 minutes video is also a victim story. I'm not going to show that. There are a lot of victim story available on YouTube. Whenever you have time, whenever you are interested in this, you can watch. We'll go to the next one. Next one, I'm going to show a short video for you all. Maybe you are tired of listening to me. Maybe I think we are not going to show the other videos. It takes too much of time. Let me finish my talk. Next slide. Sure, thank you. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Next, that video was showing 25 facts about the human trafficking, which are all the major aspects of human trafficking. Very, very interesting. More towards how much of money we are making with all these things. All forms are provided in that video. That's what I wanted to show, but that's okay. You can watch later. The various other forms of human slavery around the world. Number one is camel jockeys. Jockeys are like the horse rading jockeys, and they are the in Middle East. The sheikhs has got entertainment. They have this is desert, Dubai, Abu Dhabi, all these countries, and you find camel. Camel is, you have seen, a tall animal, and who are all the jockeys for those are the small boys, like 2 to 3 year old. We will have a separate slide on camel jockeys, and there is a video link I have given. I'm not going to show the video because it's time consuming, and we are going to talk about that a little later. Again, another one is shrine slavery. Girls are given to the churches, often given to the churches, before the age of 10 as a solver of sin. We are going to see that as a separate slide. And this is very prevalent in Nigeria. Dancing boys, like girls, especially the Muslim countries where girls cannot dance, boys dance. At major part of the dancing is force, prostitution, and force behind it. The boys dance, especially in countries like Afghanistan, even in India, there are some videos, dancing boys in India, in Pakistan, and all those countries. Next one is a forced beggars, Senegal, where they are, the boys and girls, small children, are sent to Christian school, Bible school, and in the Bible school, they don't read the Bible or study the Bible. Most often, they are begging, they are seen begging on the street, bringing the money to the church. Then the beach boys in Sri Lanka, child soldiers in Uganda, chocolate slavery. The chocolate is very sweet, but chocolate slavery is another huge form. There is one movie called Dark Side of Chocolate. I will talk about that in a while. And all these are all the famous forms of human trafficking. Next slide. We can just pass this. These are all the various forms. I have already talked about this. We can, because we have so many slides and we have less time, I'm going to skip. And you know this, we have already covered. Next. The forced marriage, the bonded labor, we have already covered. Early and forced marriage is very common in India, especially for dowry, and there is physical threat, abuse, death, all those things. And we have already seen so much on that, we have heard. And so I'm going to pass to the next one is camel jackies. Let us go to next. Yes. I have given the link of the videos, especially by Ansar Bernie. He has taken the part 1 and part 2 camel jackies. I would suggest all of you should see that. It's very, very saddening. These children are abducted or even bought. Most of them are bought from Bangladesh, Nepal, India for $500 or even 1,000 rupees from those parents who the boys are taken to these countries. They are not fed. They are given less food. They are mostly starving, and because a camel cannot run with a weight, so the kids have to maintain a very low weight in order camel can win the race. But on the contrary, camel, these sheikhs are, don't know what is running in their mind. These sheikhs maintain their camel with the swimming pools, spa, and doctors are attended. Everything is done so luxuriously for the camels. But the boys, they were sleeping on the sand, hot sand, the desert sand. They are not fed. They are sexually exploited, physically abused by the trainer. And these people are coming.
Ma'am, are you playing any video behind, ma'am?
Hello, I'm not able to hear you. Yes?
Ma'am, I'm sorry. Is there any video is playing, ma'am?
And I'm not going, there is a video displaying, but I'm not going to display because it takes a lot of time. And it is muted.
Ma'am, is there any video playing?
Yes, there is, but I'm not going to show that.
Ma'am, you are playing from your side?
From my side? No, I don't want any video because it takes a lot of time.
Oh, the voice is hearing in the background, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Okay.
Yeah, no videos. I thought I will, yes, I wanted to, but it takes a lot of time. Already it is 11 o'clock. People have to go to sleep, right? Okay, back to the power. You can watch this PowerPoint later.
Yes, sir. No, ma'am's voice is.
Hello?
Ma'am, unka laptop mein video play hai.
Michael, you are not audible.
Ma'am, unga video edo play agudhu, ma'am, unga laptop. Yeah, ma'am, am I audible now? Yeah, yes, it stopped now. Ma'am? Hello? Ma'am, are you there? Hello, ma'am? Ma'am, are you there, ma'am?
Ma'am, you should mute yourself, ma'am. Unmute yourself.
Ma'am, are you there, ma'am?
Able to hear me? Okay. Stop playing the video. So camel jackies and these children are far away from their families and far away from their relatives, mom and dad. You can watch these videos
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
later,
ma'am.
especially Ansari Bande's video. The first part is extremely good and you can watch on your own. Camel jackies, type in Ansar Bernie. You can watch this video. Maybe you can show to the class later when I am not presenting. You can show all these videos on your own. And this is camel jack is very, very popular even today, but you know how the facts are hidden by the Middle Eastern countries. We don't know what's happening, but still camel jackies are still today it's going on, and it's hard fact that our boys are there. We'll go to the next one, shrine slavery. Shrine slavery is also called as Trokosi slavery. It's known as Trokosi slavery, or, this is like a prayer to the god that if they donate their girl child, they will be getting rid of their family sins. So it is their family which can donate or give away their girl children below the age of 10 years. Usually this happens in Ghana, Togo, and all parts of Nigeria. And she will live in shrine. They will be abused physically, mentally tortured by the priest and any member, church member.
Ma'am, sorry, ma'am. Ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, some video is playing in the background, ma'am.
I am not playing anything, my dear.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Please.
I'm not even playing anything here. Must be there because I never tried. I'm only handling what you are showing. I'm not even touching the laptop.
Yeah, please.
Okay, so.
Yeah, please continue. Please continue.
There are certain girls, if suppose the girl eloped or escaped, then that means the family has to give another girl child in order to get rid of the sin. This is a bad practice. There are a lot of stories out in YouTube and what are the practices. I have a video link which I'm not going to show you, and you can see that later. There are a lot of survival stories. Now, that's what is a very good part of this Trokosi slavery. Some other, women victimization group, they have, the human rights group has given a lot of job, self-employment. That's what we have to think about, how to rescue the human trafficking people later. Next is the dancing boys. Next. Dancing boys, I have given the video link, which I wanted to show, but I'm not going to show that now. So, dancing boys is very popular. They are all called Bacha Basi. Bacha Basi means playing with boys. And they had this as sexual labor, child prostitution, male sex with males. That is whole MSM concept developed because of these dancing boys. It's very popular in Afghanistan, Pakistan, India, still existing. And young boys are sold for a wealthy man for entertainment. One rule about that, when they become 18, they can get married, they can go out of the world, they are relieved by the wealthy person. That is one good part of it. But they were tortured when they are like the dancing boys, in the hands of a wealthy person. I have given one link which is very interesting. You all should see that link to understand how much they are involved. They play, they dress, they act like women, and they dance and entertain. This is also an entertainment industry. Next is the forced beggars. Next, forced beggars is like in Senegal, you find that these children, mostly wealthy children, they are sent to Bible school, and these Bible school is there in the capital of Senegal, Dakar, and these parents thought they will get religious benefit. Instead, they are asked to beg on the streets, and the proceeds are returned to the church. Is still going on. It's a worst part of forced beggars. Known forced beggars. People know it's happening, but they continue. The next is the Beach Boys. Next. Beach Boys in Sri Lanka. I was not able to search very good videos about this. I have given a link, but there are huge Beach Boys, very poor boys involved. They live in the beaches. They entertain the tourists, especially foreigners. And most of these boys are trafficked to Sri Lanka from the neighboring countries like India, Nepal, pretty boys, but their major entertainment is sex or prostitution, and I'll give one to the tourists, especially foreigners. Most of them aged between 14 and 23rd years of age. So it's a huge industry even today. They are forced, they are captivated, they are coerced. Next, child soldiers. This is the worst part in the history. They started in Ghana and all other, African countries, many states in Africa. This is the worst form of slavery. The children are forced to commit to join their group. I have given the link. There are many links in that. And they are the soldiers, children soldiers. They are trained to use the rifle, the guns, and they have to shoot no matter whom they are shooting, even their own relative, their own mom, their own dad, their own, preacher. They can shoot anyone if they're asked to by the masters. And the child soldiers, they are recruited as suicide bombers, cooks. Mostly girls are abducted to work as cooks, human shields, messengers, active shooters. Active shooters are the worst part of it. And most of them die in the scene itself. This is a huge human trafficking, extreme form of human trafficking. Some of them are also included at suicide bombers. You would have heard about suicide bombers, 9/11 attack, and all these things, mostly in Pakistan. They teach in Quran how to take revenge, all these things. It's a religious part, and it's also a reality factor. Next. Chocolate slavery. No, before that. Chocolate slavery. Yes, chocolate slavery. There is one documentary movie called The Dark Side of Chocolate. If you want, I have a copy that is available on YouTube. I want all of you to see Dark Side of Chocolate. That means how the process of cocoa beans, from picking cocoa beans to the factories, how much labor involved, how all these people are forced. They are child laborers, and the major culprit are the big companies like Nestle, Hershey, and those companies are important companies. Were using buying this cocoa from Haiti and all other countries, and they are using child labor. Another child labor using industry is sugar, coffee, banana, and strawberry picking in California. All these places forced labor. One of the major lucrative industry is chocolate and the cocoa beans. And then I would like you to watch The Dark Side of Chocolate. It's a documentary, very important. And these children are living in a very, very horrible condition. There is one movie called Dreams Die Hard. Dreams Die Hard. I'm showing the video and the picture of the CD I have. This has got three. One is Mughal. He is from Mexico. He is being kidnapped, or he been promised to give a very good job, but he was working in California for strawberry picking. Has a lot of his story is there. So there are three stories on Dreams Die Hard. I want you to watch that. So this is another extreme form of forced labor. Next is baby farming. You never heard about baby farming. Next, baby farming. This is in Nigeria. There is girls who are all, made to carry babies, vulnerable women who are deceived, made pregnant, and they were kept in one room, and they have, after their delivery, they were thrown, their babies are taken, and their babies are sold in the market for the adopters, or maybe for a lot of other activities. So this baby farming is very, very lucrative, very, very dollar earning industry. I have given a link. You can see another forms of baby, which is in Spain, is baby stealers. They steal from the nursing home. Even in India, we have seen so many people stealing babies from the nursing home with the help of the nurses and doctors. And there is another documentary on baby stealers. It's in Africa. Spain is #1 country known for baby trafficking. So stealing, abduction, all those things. The next slide is sports. Sports is the major platform where you find sex trafficking is very, very lucratively flourishing, and especially in the games like World Cups, Olympics, and even horse races. All these places, these athletes and the sportsmen, for to entertain, always prostitution industry flourish around the racetracks, or around the Olympics, or around the sporting events. That was the origin, and that's still existing. I have given a video of the Olympics, how people are worried about the prostitution, the cover story. You can watch that later. I wanted to, but it's not a time. Time is running up. So I have few more slides to complete. So let me finish this. So that is also another area where we are using prostitution, another flourishing industry. Next is a cannabis farming. Cannabis farm, I don't know why the letters are not there. I have no idea why it is not. Anyway, it is, they are very popular in very good. They are very popular in United Kingdom. And, these are all, the cannabis is marijuana, comes from cannabis. It's a very flourishing drug industry. Drug trading is another huge dollar-making industry around the world, an organized, underground, big, huge industry. So that is also another. Drug trafficking, human trafficking, babies trafficking, art and pictures trafficking, gun trafficking. There are a lot of trafficking happening. These are all illegal trade, and these children are kept in a very unclean situation, not provided even the necessities, and they have no fresh air, no plumbing, very dangerous, all these conditions. Next is what's happening. Okay, now we were talking about we are at the end of the presentation. I'm sorry it goes a little longer. There are what are the solutions we have to talk about. There is worst forms. I can talk hours together, and lot of forms, lot of things, but I'm going to put a period to all these things. Let's talk about how can we solve this. There is the forced labor component is mostly taken care of by fair trade. I don't know whether you heard about the Fair Trade. Fair Trade is non-profit organization which produces using not labor, cheap labor, or any forced labor. They are certified, like free trade, no slave, no labor stealing. It's a fair labor standard on foods, like it's on mostly on agriculture, banana, sugar, and all these processing industries too. And with all the amenities, they are, of course, these products are a little expensive because they are using the standards they cannot give. But it's better to encourage them. Don't go for cheap foods, go for fair trade products. So I'm going to show you, there is a video link. Next one is a video link. I don't know if you can show the video, it will make you understand what fair trade is. But right now, I'm not going to show that because there is a lot of problems in showing, right, Michael? So I'm not, okay.
Ma'am, no problem, ma'am. You can take your time, ma'am.
Okay, this fair trade is good. If you can have the voice, you want me to mute my voice?
No, ma'am.
A supermarket.
Deepak sir, voice is not coming.
Here we buy almost everything we need in our day-to-day lives.
No, it's not coming. No, it's not coming. I think you have to stop this presentation and you have to move on to the next, I guess. At least you can play, right?
Okay, okay, no problem. Let us not show this.
No, ma'am, it's animated video. Will it be okay?
Decisions on what to buy are based on
taste, video only,
quality, and price.
Yeah, you can see later.
But what you might not know is that the decisions we make can have a significant impact.
Fair trade, no problem.
Fair trade
you can show
products
that later.
vastly improve the working and living conditions of families in developing countries. But how does fair trade even work?
Come back to the PowerPoint. We can show that the students can see later. Okay, next one. Next one is what are all the types of products like beans, coffee, sugar, cocoa, flowers, vegetable, bananas, honey, all those things are the products which we are supported by fair trade. So you should start buying fair trade. This is one form of support to end human trafficking. Who are all the people participating? Next. Okay, Aquafina, you would have heard about the water, General Mills, cereals, Honesty tea, and McCormick makes so much spices. Pepsi is one participating, Starbucks coffee. In Starbucks, you have the green label, and there are Whole Foods Market. These are all based on American companies. I don't know about Indian companies. Maybe you can search. Okay, next. These are all the fair trade symbols. So you have to find these symbols. If this symbol is there, it's definitely you can buy and support. Next one. How can we combat? How can we combat is the huge problem. Here is what, if I happen to teach human trafficking, I will involve practical, sharing of your knowledge, education. I wanted to definitely do a grant on getting the students in the school involved. It starts from the elementary school, KG, kindergarten. From that school, it starts because students are, lured, they are tricked. Even for a chocolate, they are taken away, abducted, stolen from the school. So these kids should be taught what is a good touch, bad touch, not to get anything from the strangers. They should know their mom and dad's address. They should know their way to home. They should know how to dial 911. All these things are part of our education for the prevention that starts from the school to the, college, maybe the high school. And I have given, there are, how teens are the easy targets. In America, teens are the easy targets. They are lured. And there is one video link I have given, that is what all the strategies we can devise. Next one is, if you see something, say something. Don't move. Say something. That is one thing we have to teach. We can organize a group where we can have a combatants of human trafficking. In India is a huge, huge problem, especially rural India. Next one is, how can as a country can help? How can as a we can help? By making a task force. Most of you are criminal justice students. Start writing, do research, start writing in local newspapers, in Tamil, in any language. Language is not a big issue. Communicate these problems and give training, even for the police officers, training for the NGOs, training for all the people to combat, and then write research papers, indicate policy suggestions. So it's a huge, way ahead of us how to solve this, give solutions, and make this aware education for all the laymen, even including homeowners, including poor women who want to sell their kids. It's not advisable for them to sell. That is a solution we can. And next one, how can I do? What can I do next? Each one of you, from today on, you start sharing. Talk about this in the meeting. Talk about this in your dinner table. Talk about this to your parents. Talk about this to your friends. Popularize. Tell others. Recognize what the signs they are tricking, luring, and cheating, all these languages. And there are very good support organizations. The two good support organizations, US, that is called Turnaround. Another is Polaris in Washington, DC. They are doing lot of rescue centers. In India, I know there are a lot of NGOs doing rescue centers. Police people are targeting. Nowadays, there are a lot of Tamil movies also coming on, exhibiting human trafficking atrocities. How can you do to help them? And you should participate on fair trade. Especially, I am so much annoyed by the Amazon advertisement. Nowadays, Amazon is a huge platform of buying things in India. Why do you buy Amazon? What will happen to your neighbor Annachikada? They will not be able to get profit. They live in that. Why do you want to go for Amazon to buy vegetables, fruits, and all these things? They are millionaires who are making profit. And the quote unquote, I was listening to the Tamil news one day. They say it is Namakada. How can Amazon be your kadai? No, it cannot. So you have to decide how to make wise decision of your buying things. Buy local goods, substitute local fruits, local dress, everything so that your country will prosper. Your money won't go to other countries. You will not be lack of money, especially during COVID times when the industry is paralyzed. You have to concentrate on fair trade, buy your product. And there are good documentary movies which I want to show. Which you can buy, Very Young Girls. This is a very good movie. You can see that. And Born into Brothels is an Indian Calcutta based slavery. Children born to prostitutes, how they were finding difficult. There is one lady, a New York photographer. She went, stayed 2 years with them, and she taught them the photography. And then finally, hard to get them. They were selected in Amsterdam or some country for their photo presentation, but they wanted to get the passport. They have to go to school. For that, the ration card was not available. It's a whole hilarious, very good story. I want all of you criminal justice students should watch it if you plan on doing something on human trafficking. There's a lot of avenue open for research, studies, in class participation on the community participation. You can do a lot of community projects based on this, group projects based on this human trafficking. This is also another movie. And another movie which I'm very much interested, which is available, make a note of it, I Am Jane Doe. It's an American-based, very good, how they rescued, even after 10, 20, 50 years, how their memories are, even now, they have depression, depression, PTSD, and all kinds of problems still there. Still they are not normal. After coming away from human trafficking, 15, 20 years, even after that, they have the blues of this human trafficking almost every day. And there is one movie called Sold. That is also another thing. When I was teaching, I used to show this movie. Trade is another one. And students enjoyed this movie called Taken. This is a very good movie, Taken. And this is a very good movie. And Whistleblower is another movie. These are all the few movies you can get. You have some Tamil movies also. If you want, you can document. And these are all the things which we have to aware. So it is human trafficking combating is not one person task, not police task, nor organizational task. Every one of us, you, me, anybody could be involved in human trafficking. So any one of us is responsible to combat it. We come to the last slide. That is in US. I just gave one picture what is happening in US. Mostly victims for, pimps. What we call it, who are all the pimps, the brokers, the sex workers, brokers. Mostly they are streets. And I have done one article on PTSD of the street sex workers in India, qualitative analysis, taken 50 child sex workers and analyzed, and some of them are human trafficked. They're horrible stories. If you want, I can send my article, you can read. Very pathetic. And this is how in India, in US, this is the composition. California, Nevada, Texas, and New York are the hotspots, like Bombay, Chennai, and Calcutta are the hotspots in India. So you have all these are all the statistics. I want to glorify so much on US because you are all Indian-based researchers, Indian-based criminology and law students. So as a lawyer, what can you do? As a criminologist, what can I do? You have to start thinking from today on, and you must involve in a lot of researchers and a lot of, communication involving human trafficking. Even one-page article in Tamil magazine or something, you have to communicate. This is a huge thing happening around. There is no vaccination for this. The only thing is you have to fight. You means all of us have to fight. I think I have taken little time, extra time, maybe because of pausing, because we are dealing with technology world and we have to deal with technical shortfalls. I hope you are all clear with the presentation. Anyone has got any question?
Yes. So those who have got question, please ask to me now.
Usually no questions. It's all right.
No, ma'am, they will ask.
Okay.
Ma'am, I have a question, ma'am.
Kritik.
Actually,
Yeah.
yes, ma'am. So I have a ma'am. So we were talking about male trafficking for sexual offenses, right, ma'am?
Yes.
So there are many laws covering for the female trafficking for sexual offenses. So is there any law that is covering for, or that is prevalent or used for protecting the male from sexual trafficking like that, and preventing male from sexual offenses like male prostitutions?
Yes, it's a very, very good question, Kritik. But the problem is, no. The problem is we don't have that much. Victimology, unfortunately, there's a newborn subject from 1940. People were thinking about criminology. Victimology came to light, and most of the victimologists are human rights, women's rights, and males' domination is the one they are talking about. Unfortunately, not many. There are some few organizations. We are talking about men's problem, quote unquote, men's problem. Actually, this is what you have to highlight. We can do on male prostitution, especially in India. There is MSM population, college students and all. I don't know whether you heard of the rich women who make young college boys use them and throw them, and there is a MSM population, huge. YRG Care is doing that. I used to help them, and we have to talk about their PTSD. We have to do qualitative research and highlight on their problems. Still, the dancing boys are there. There is male prostitution is always a prevalent, and we have not addressed that much as the female. That's a good question. That's a highlight. We have to do that in the future.
Sure. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Anyone? Did you all enjoy?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Was my voice audible? That's the only technical problem. If I'm there in person,
Thank you.
I can show you the
Anybody?
videos and everything.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I would suggest you to see some of these pictures. We can have some series of lecture only on human trafficking,
Yes, ma'am.
covering
Thank you so
each
much.
topic.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for offering this. There are 100 students, but I cannot see only very few pictures. I can see a Mickey picture here, and Deepak I can see, and then Nayagam, a few students
Yes.
I can see, and I can see you, Michael. All others are hidden. So thank you very much. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for all your time and concern. Okay, I hope you enjoyed. No problem.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yes. We never heard of that. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Each one we can take as one lecture. That's all. But I condensed so much.
Yes. And you know,
Okay. You know what you should do? Give them some time. Don't put them permanently.
So-
You post them for
Yeah.
one day and take it away. I don't want any plagiarism happening to my videos. It's all my work. So share them for one day. Let them see the movies and everything. Maybe 2 days, and then take back. Yeah, that would be fine. Yes, please. All the video links. Yes, all the video links. Yes, you can share all. Sure, sure. You can send all the videos. They really need to.
Videos link. Yes.
And if they have questions, they can contact me. You can give my email address. No problem. All things. But in plagiarism is only I'm worried. Don't mistake me. So. Are we done? Hello? Okay. Thank you. No problem. You can share anything with me. Okay? Thank you, Deepak. Oh, sure, sure, anytime. Deepak, thank you for all your effort. You are wonderful. Okay, no problem. It is hard. You did a perfect job. It's good. It's a technology world. There are a lot of hiccups. Don't worry about this. I am also old. Don't worry. Good. Thank you. Thank you, dear.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.